Hi there, Gemini. Welcome back. Don't forget to click on that like button. Subscribe if you haven't, guys. If you're new here, just know that this is an all Gemini channel. And my name is Ninja, and I'll be your reader. First card out we have is the Six of Sticks coming out. Looks like you have a long letter here, so let's get into it and see what you got going on here. Looks like you're trying to get yourself into a safer place, or you're trying to distance yourself from a bad situation. You're leaving trouble behind. Wow. You have somebody around you who's jealous of you. Somebody who's been holding their energy back, hiding their emotions. Okay. Final card. No, that's not the final card. This is the final card. Sorry, guys. This is the final cards. Okay, so I'm going to put these to the side. Looks like this is going to be a longer reading than I expected. Or maybe not. We'll find out. Okay. Gemini, I'm seeing here that you're being put into a leadership role, or you're being forced into a leadership role where you're having to make some big decisions. And it looks like you're trying to distance yourself from a bad situation. So it's like you're getting forced into this position, right? And it looks like it's coming from a water sign, possibly a Cancer, Pisces, or a Scorpio. You're trying to distance yourself away from trouble because there is these illusions that are going on around you. But you see right through the illusions. Nobody's fooling you. That's what I'm hearing. Nobody is fooling you, Gemini. You could see right through what is happening here. So maybe for a handful of you, it's not necessarily somebody else putting you into a leadership role. Maybe it's just you yourself throwing yourself into a leadership role where you're going to have to lead people out of something here. It has something to do with your home and God and conflicts going on around it. So it has something to do with a church, possibly for one of you. Trouble at a church, or trouble around your home or your family. Okay, so there's like some kind of conflict going on around your family or your home. I'm seeing here, Gemini, that your intuition is telling you something's wrong. So what I'm getting here, Gemini, is that you are very much aware of somebody misusing their power. And it's a leader who is misusing their power. And they're causing conflict, difficulties. And it looks like it's not just with you, but with other people as well. There's a struggle here. This person is causing instability with lots of people. That's what I'm hearing. It's not just with you, but with a lot of people. This person has caused a lot of frustration for lots of families. This could be in your neighborhood, or you're seeing it in your neighborhood. And I'm hearing like people are just not feeling like they need, people are just feeling unmotivated around you. So you're picking up on that energy because you're very intuitive. Not only that, but you could also be an empath. So you're picking up on that energy of people around you just feeling like no, how do I say it? Like they just don't have motivation to get going, or they don't have motivation to do something. Or if they do, it's because of this person and what this person is doing. Right? So it's not like people are trying to be creative and like people used to be in the past, because that's how it's coming out. People around you are not acting the way they used to act in the past, like in your neighborhood. No, it's different. It's so when somebody is doing something and they're motivated to do something, you're noticing that it's because of this person who is abusing their authority, abusing their power, who's causing a lot of conflict and stagnation in people's lives. and frustration, and you're picking up on that frustration, Gemini, and you're feeling frustrated because of it. And so this is where you are wanting to get away because you see trouble coming. You know trouble is coming, so you're trying to like get yourself together into a leadership role. It's kind of like if nobody else is going to take the leading role to be the leader, because every group needs a leader, it's as though you're going to be the one to do it. Like you need to go ahead and be the one to do it. And you understand that. So I'm trying to understand this. Are you like living in a compound or something? Either that or you live in a very close knit type of neighborhood. Could be, okay? It could be. Or it could just be your city, your town. Maybe you live in a small town. Or just your area of the city, right? Because I remember when I lived in San Antonio, the south side is like its own little city, right? And the west side is like their own little city. The north side, every side of the city is like its own little town, right? And everybody knows each other. Well, not anymore, but they used to. And maybe that's where how you live. You live somewhere where you know people around you very, very good. Like you've lived there for years. So you're picking up on things. You're more aware than the normal person would be because you've lived there for so long. And if that's not the case, then it's just you're just so intuitive that you're actually picking up on what's going on. And this authority type of figure who is abusing their power doesn't care about people. They don't care about people. They could care less what's happening to people. They could care less about the struggles that people are going through. This person could care less, and you know it. And you're seeing people suffer around you, and I'm getting like you're crying. Maybe you're crying, or you're just, feeling like you want to cry, or you're just feeling like, something has to be done. Like you're in that energy, like, something has to be done. You're ready to take a risk, like you're ready to do something, like speak up or say something, because you're definitely going to go into that leadership role. So with the full energy, that's somebody who's willing to take a risk, somebody who's willing to throw themselves out there and say something and speak up. Now, you're being warned not to make any hasty decisions just yet because there's going to be some kind of consequence, right? So if you were to like throw yourself out there and just be very brazen about what it is that you want to say, what it's saying is that you're going to be met with some kind of force, like some kind of force is going to come back toward you, right? So like if you go and you get in front of somebody's face and you're like, this is wrong. Is this about taxes? Maybe it's about taxes. And you're like, this taxes, you're taxing everybody to death and nobody can eat. And you're telling somebody that, right? Of course, that person is going to end up retaliation. That's the word I was looking for. You're going to be met with retaliation. Okay. That's what I'm hearing. So what Spirit wants you to know is to sit back for a while and think about what you're going to do, and make sure that you're getting your words and getting your emotions under control before you make a move, right? You do need to get something off your head. Like there is something here that's definitely in your head. There's something here that you need to go ahead and get out, but there's also a rebirth here, and I feel like there's going to be a rebirth for you. Like you are about to change. You're about to change. It's giving me this energy like you're going to become the next Emily. I believe his name is Emiliano Zapata. I know his last name was Zapata, but I'm not sure about his first name. He was a leader in Mexico. And I'm hearing like you're going to become the next Zapata, right? And the one thing that he was known for was that he had said that he would rather die on his feet rather than on his knees, right? Like begging on the street, right? He would rather fight standing up, right? Okay, that's what I'm getting with your energy here, is that you're going to transform. You're going through something here where you're going to change and you're going to put yourself in that leadership role, right? Like Zapata. Nobody told Zapata to become the leader. He did it himself. He had something that he wanted to say and he needed to voice his opinion because he saw people suffering around him. I feel like there's a connection. You and Zapata are parallel, right? That's what I'm picking up on. So you're going to do something very extravagant, a very important. No, 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 not extravagant. That's the wrong word. I want to say extraordinary. You're going to do something that is very extraordinary. And something about taxes might be part of it. Or politics is part of it. I feel very strongly that that's another reason why this card is coming out, because this is saying like to let go of the glory days of before the pandemic, right? Or it could be any timestamp. It doesn't have to be the pandemic, but I do feel like it's part of it, right? Um, but it's like get unstuck from the quote glory days and just accept that things have changed, right? Not accept that things have changed, but it's more of take a more mature stand against it, the things that are important to you here. That's what I'm hearing. Tell me more about this person, Spirit. Who is this person? See, they're coming out with the Ace of Swords again. See, we have the Ace of Blades here, Ace of Swords. It's the same thing for that same person. It's saying that this person who's abusing their power has caused confusion and has blocked people in a huge way. We're talking about in a huge way. And has caused delays for people. Not just you. This is people around you as well. I'm going to shuffle. Tell me more. What is Gemini going to do? Or what? No, no, no. I want to find out more about this person. What is this person doing? Because I see this person as doing something that is bad. We have a hermit. They might be getting investigated. This person has went into hermit mode because they're getting investigated. Queen of Cups is coming out in reverse. Nine of Cups. So this person seems to be really smug about what they're doing. Page of Wands. Yeah, this person seems to be really smug about what they're doing. They think that they're getting away with something here. Like they are like daring somebody to challenge their authority or something like that. Like daring somebody to say something, like say if your landlord is raising the rent twice as much or something, and they're daring you to speak up and say something about it or something like that. It's something that they're doing that they're really happy about. But this is more of a leader. Okay, so it wouldn't be your landlord. This is like some kind of leader or politician or something. At least that's what I'm feeling from it. And it seems like this person is acting as though, they have some kind of wisdom. They're, what they're doing is right, and they seem to be really happy about what they're doing. Okay, with the Nine of Cups energy, this is somebody who's really happy about what they're doing. They're getting something out of this. They're getting something out of it while you and others around you are not getting something out of it at all. That's why I think it's taxes. Okay? Like you're going to tell a politician something. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm feeling. Like, because there's this energy of you standing up like Zapata did. So there might be people around you who are like, oh no, that person, they're smart. We should listen to what they're doing. They know what they're doing. Not when people are suffering. They don't, apparently not. They don't know what they're doing. Something's wrong because people around you are suffering. You're seeing your neighbors suffer. So it's not just you. It's not just you. Huh. This is also other people as well. And there was like this thing of confusion. Somebody created some kind of confusion. Yeah, it's you. You're going to resist the changes that this person has made. You're going to resist everything. You're not going to go along with it because you feel like it's unfair situation for everybody. See, but I don't see you walking away. See, this is the thing. You're not going to walk away. That's what I'm hearing. You're not going to walk away from this situation. So maybe, okay, let me find out. Let me pull out these other cards. Tell me more about the Six of Blades, Spirit. Because I'm hearing somebody here wanted to leave the country or leave their country and go somewhere else. The World card. So somebody wanted to leave their country and go somewhere else. Maybe somebody told you that. Let's see what came out here. Maybe somebody told you, like, hey, let's just leave. Let's just go somewhere else. Or maybe this is just like leave the city and go somewhere else, right? That doesn't necessarily have to be the country. But I am hearing country. So somebody here wants to leave their country and go somewhere else. But Gemini doesn't have to be. It could just be like, how people were leaving California. People were like leaving California, moving everywhere else, right? It could be something like that as well. Well, you would leave if you had the money. That's the thing. So people around you, or somebody who is leaving, okay? Somebody who's like leaving trouble behind and taking off, and you would go with them, but you're being blocked because of lack of finances here. Yeah. So for one of you, you might be in this energy right now of just being undecided. You're like on the fence. Should you go now or should you stay? You're kind of like on the fence about things, but you're not going to go. You're going to end up staying because of lack of finances. So if these people do leave and you don't go with them, then you're going to end up staying. You're stuck. So it could be something that has already happened, or it could be something that's going to happen. Because remember, there's no timestamp in tarot, so this could happen at any time, Gemini. See, and instead of you panicking, you're going to notice that there's some kind of hidden truth around you. And that's when you're going to jump into this energy where you're going to break free from any kind of illusions that have been created around you, right? Like you're going to break free from those and you're going to become, I want to say, more realistic about a situation. And you're going to use your discipline. You're going to be, yes, you're going to make very concrete decisions. You're going to make the right decision. That's what you're going to do. So, Gemini, this might be for you. Spirit wants you to learn to communicate more clear. Spirit wants you to use your words. Not so you are going to fight. You're going to fight this, but you're not going to fight it with your fist. Okay? You're going to use your words. So Spirit is saying you need to settle down, get a clear mind, write down what it is that you want to say before you say it, because you are going to be met with, I had just said it earlier. with opposition. You're gonna be met with opposition, so you need to be ready for that. You're gonna have somebody come towards you. This person is going to be very critical of what you're saying. This person is going to try to create a reaction out of you. Okay, and this person is going to say some really mean things to you, so you got to be ready. So this is going to be a verbal debate, I want to say. So you're going to be debating with somebody. So I feel like maybe for a couple of you, you might end up finding yourself getting into politics. For another one of you, or for some others of you, you're going to end up joining this person. Okay, like you're going to join this person. I see this person is getting people to collaborate with them and working with them. So some of you are going to actually be a part of this, and everybody's going to be like working together. I feel very strongly that this has something to do with the future. Now, for somebody here, you possibly went through some kind of trauma when you were a child. Okay, you're going to be overcoming that really quickly, or yeah, you're going to be overcoming that. Yes, you're going to be letting it go. Yes, but it's also going to be that battle that you had to fight when you were a child is going to be something that's going to help you fight this battle as well, because you've experienced this so at such a young age. It's like, I don't know why, but it reminds me of David and Goliath. He was fighting the giant, right? So it's kind of like you're gonna, you were a child and you were fighting a big giant. You were fighting this big giant person in your life, and you showed a lot of courage and strength, and you learned that from a very young age. So it's something that's going to end up helping you in this situation. So, yeah, that's what I'm getting. This is where you're going to be going through this rebirth. This is why you're going through a rebirth, or you will be going through a rebirth. You might be going through it right now, or you're going to be going through it in the near future, but it's going to be like quick. It's not going to be a struggle. It's not going to be you having to go through a transformation. No, it's going to be quick. It's going to be a rebirth inside of you, and it's going to be like boom. It's going to happen. Like something's going to happen, and you're going to react, right? But Spirit is saying you need to sit back and think about what you're going to say. You're going to speak up, yes, but you got to sit down and think about what you're going to say, because you want people to support what you're saying. You want people to collaborate with you. You need that. So how you say something is very important, okay? Now, with the World card coming out, Gemini, I do feel like this could be something that you're going to say online, okay? Because the World card usually indicates like the world is going to hear what you have to say. Or, and the only thing I can think of is like either on television or something that you're going to post on social media. You're going to speak up in some big way, and like people all over the world are going to hear what you have to say. Well, Gemini, it does look like Spirit has a very important mission for you to fulfill. You have a very big purpose in this world. Just remember to don't be reactive. You want to think before you speak. Okay? Nobody can make you say something until you're ready to say it. So, like, nobody can force you to say things, right? So don't say anything until you're completely ready to say something. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what I'm getting. Anyways, this was a definitely an interesting reading, Gemini. Remember to pray. You do have God on your side, so just so you know, okay? You do have God on your side. Anyways, thank you for joining me, guys. Catch me in the next one. Hope this helps you out in some kind of way. And catch me in the next one. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Bye, guys.